Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos. Of course, not possible without the continued support from Shannons Insurance and Penrite Oil. When it comes time for the best in classic vehicle, home and contents insurance, you can't go past Shannons. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote and a chat on 134646. And if you go online, there's an opportunity for you to sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, if you haven't already done so. Shannons Club truly is your garage. Find out more when you visit them online at shannons.com.au. For the finest in oils, coolants, fuel additives and so much more, you can't go past Penrite. They've been established since 1926, and as you know, they're Australian made and Australian owned, and the Penrite Technical Assistance Team is there to help us 7 days a week. To find out more as to how they can help you, check them out online at penriteoil.com.au. And in the meantime, oil right, use Penrite, simply a better class of oil. And on this week's show, it's time for the second episode of Classic Restos Americarna New Zealand for 2015. Now, if you missed last week's show, here's a little of this incredible event. Thursday morning was day one. Over 500 American classics grouped together, representing literally millions of cubic inches in engine capacities, with horsepower jumping everywhere. Cars took off in single file, proceeding to Waitara through some of the North Island's most beautiful countryside. The day then rounded off with a street party and park up at Inglewood, where some people dressed in theme and took this event by the horns head on. Friday represented day two of Americarna. As the fuel flowed and each 4-barrel carburettor was enjoyed, so too were the views. This day was a cruise around the Taranaki Mountain to Opanaki, where again everyone parked up, and Martin, with the only 1969 six-pack Super B of this kind in New Zealand, was interviewed. Americarna at this point was really starting to rev up. This is where people came together, and that is what Americarna is all about. Then the cruise left for Howrah, another street park-up. Yes, Americarna has the power as an event to take over towns and close many streets. This year was the introduction of the Go Stop event, and although out of the standard realms of Classic Restos, New Zealand drag race champion Rhys Humphries fired up his 2,500 horsepower Hemi Cuda to cultivate the main street, then it was time for the more standard vehicles. After Howrah, it was a return to New Plymouth for the Friday night American graffiti-styled cruise, where thousands of innocent bystanders took in the octane and were bedazzled by the chrome as it oozed past. This is Americarna, the largest celebration of American vehicles outside of the USA. And today is now day three. It's Saturday, and Devon Street here in New Plymouth is home to the Americarna Show and Shine. Here we go, Americarna 2015. Talk about blocking a city. How are you, Brian?
Yeah, great, Fletch, yeah.
It doesn't take too many Bonnevilles, mate, to block a street.
Oh, no, we just about got this intersection covered.
Mate, you're one of the coolest kids here on the block. What a car. 1965 Bonneville. Have a look at it.
Yep, hey? Yeah, she's been body off restoration. Yep, she's all good.
I bet it drives nice too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful car. Beautiful, long, big, full-size American car. How long have you had it?
I've had this since 2008. I bought this in Whanganui.
Where was that?
Whanganui.
Whanganui.
Or Wanganui. Yeah.
That's just another place that Fletch can learn how to pronounce.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you've got to live in New Zealand for a little while to get your tongue around them. But I bought it in down there, drove it home. When I got it home, I found out that it was only held on by three body mounts. Sorry. Yep. It does have 12 of them.
Jeez.
So we were lucky to get it home. It was drivable. So yeah.
What powers it up front, Brian?
389 cubic inch, 6.5 litre V8.
Yeah, Does a good job.
Does a beautiful job, mate. Yeah.
The dashboard too, I mean, it stands out, just that nice shade of wood grain. I mean, what a...
wood grain, yeah, beautiful, eh?
Wouldn't want a termite.
No.
It just, in all its exuberance, a car like this just stands out so much. Good on you, Brian. Nice to meet up with you.
Yeah, okay, Fletch. Yeah, catch you, mate. Yeah, good one.
Here's the guy we blame, JR, John Rain, the founder of Americarna. How are you, JR?
I'm good, Fletch, and welcome back to New Zealand, buddy.
Thank you, mate. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. This is going to be a biennial event, or are we back next year? What's the deal?
Look, it's funny you should say that. The amount of pressure we're coming under now to go back to annual, and obviously now with Americarna being co-run with a trust, it's all about the funding. If we can secure the funding, then we can definitely look to go annual. You know, we've created a monster by coming into town on the Saturday. I mean, there's just so many kids out there having a great time, all the rides. Can't do that without funding, and this year the TSB Community Trust stumped up along with Venture Taranaki, and then we're very fortunate we brought on Mainstream Freight, a large New Zealand company, and they're a naming rights sponsor. So with Mainstream and everybody else involved with Americarna, it's made it happen this year. We had some issues last year. It was the on, the off, the on again event, but it's worked. The weather's been kind to us, and we was over the moon. So yes, very potentially 16 could be a go.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, Americarna is a world-class event. It's massive credit and accolades to yourselves and the team, JR. I mean, it really is a pinnacle event here in New Zealand. It's probably safest to say one of the biggest shows here as well, and it started from nothing. It really is a largest celebration of the American lifestyle outside of the USA, and it's right here in New Plymouth, around the Taranaki region.
Yeah, that'd be a fair call, and Americarna is not about quantity. It's about quality. Now, that doesn't mean to say we want the best cars, but the whole event has to be run clockwork and high-end quality. That's what we aim to do. So we cut off at 600. Any more than 600, we don't want it because it just creates manic. We have enough manic and mayhem as it is. And then obviously yesterday, doing the Go Stop in Hara was an idea I've had for a little while. And the CEO of the council down there, Craig, very, very good to work with. And he said, let's do it. And hey, it was brilliant. Reese's run was phenomenal. I mean, going forward long term with the Go Stop, I'd love to see qualifying practice in Hara, and then semi-finals and finals in Plymouth on the main street up the top of town here on the Saturday. Now, if we could pull that off, man, that'd be really cool.
JR, always great to catch up, mate. You're a busy guy. I'll let you get back to it. If you want to find out more about Americarna, check them out at americarna.com. John Ray, thanks, buddy.
Fletch, thanks for being there. I actually think you should be getting together a Aussie tour to Americarna next time.
You've been speaking to someone, haven't you?
Well, yeah, and I've had someone up my backside about it, so make it happen, boy.
All right. We'll see what happens down the track. Thanks, John.
Cheers, Fletch. Take care, mate.
As you know, when it comes time for the best in classic vehicle, home and contents insurance, you cannot go past Shannons. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote on 134646? And there's also an opportunity for you to sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, where it truly is your garage. Find out more at shannons.com.au. And when it comes for the best in oils, coolants, fuel additives and so much more, you can't go past Penrite. Established since 1926, Australian made, Australian owned, and the Penrite Technical Assistance Team is there to help us 7 days a week. Find out more when you see Penrite online at penriteoil.com.au. Oil right, use Penrite, simply a better class of oil. You're watching Americarna 2015 and you're watching it first on Classic Restos. Back with more after this. Moving through, time for a Mustang now. How are you, Tom?
Yeah, fantastic, Fletch.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt. There's a ton of Mustangs, isn't there?
They are. They're a pretty popular vehicle, and they made heaps of them.
They're like shirt buttons, aren't they?
Yeah, everyone's got one.
In all, with due respect, it's not the car's fault. I mean, they made 1 million of these things in the first 12 months of production.
They certainly did, yeah, and they've been pretty popular worldwide. This particular car, when I live down in Levin, which is south of Taranaki here, and it was the only one in town. And the time I got it finished after rebuilding it, there was about 4 or 5 in there in town, which was a bit of a disappointment, but never mind, that's how it goes.
It soon put a cup of water on the fire to quench the ones that said that American cars could never go around corners. I mean, the pony car certainly did a wonderful job with fantastic racing accolades as well. There's no doubt about it. The Mustang really has scored a lot of goals, haven't they?
Oh, that's for sure. And going on from that, we did a few modifications to this one that Shelby did, like dropping the top arms. Shelby lowered them an inch. We've done all that. Got the heavy-duty sway bars on it and the good shocks and heavy-duty springs. Rides a bit hard, but goes around corners like a modern car, really.
Now, Tom, it's a 1965 model. Any options on the car for the day?
Well, yeah, it has got a few little bits and pieces. It's got the pony trim in it, which is, got all the flash trim. It's actually got a 302 in it, which we've tweaked up a little bit here. Run headers and 600 Holly on it. Disc brakes on the front end, which they only had drums on originally. And, as I say, the big sway bar on the front, sway bar on the back. And other little personal touches we've done to it. I like the blingy bits.
Absolutely, and I guess too the meaning of classic restos too. And we get a vehicle that has gone through the restoration process as this one. What was the condition like when you first got the car? A bit tatty, or was it okay?
Yeah, it was a bit tatty there, Fletch. It had been mucked around with. The back guards had big flares on it, and when the guy, he actually had 2 of them for sale, and all the panels were just hanging on by 1 or 2 bolts, and he had it advertised quite expensive. We made him an offer, and over a period of 3 months of negotiating, we got it for my price, and we totally rebuilt it. We've done a lot of work on this car. He had it upside down and stripped it right back to bare metal, and it's just like a new car, really.
It's the only way to do it. I mean, you spend the money once, do it right, and you've got a car that you can enjoy for many years. Tom, thanks for bringing it. It's a beautiful example of a 65 Mustang, mate, and credit due.
Yep. Hey, Fletch, we watch your show every night and every Sunday night here in New Zealand, and love your show, and keep up the good work, and good to see you here.
All right, time for Brian now. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Fletch. How are you going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good, great. Yeah. You enjoying Americarna here?
Look, this is a pinnacle event. There's no doubt about it. It's there's some events that you do overseas. Obviously, the Carlisle events with Ford, GM and the Chrysler Nationals, the Woodward Cruise there in Detroit, and then you've got Americarna as well, and they're world-class events. They're terrific.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. This is Taranaki, born and bred here and still living here and enjoying the American cars.
You've got yourself a beautiful car, this Oldsmobile, an 88 Rocket. I mean, have a look at this. Red and white. Now, the colour scheme, Brian, it's been restored back to its original colour?
All original colours, original cross-ply tyres were put on this car as well. The white walls were the same width white wall as originally in 1955.
What a beautiful car. What a beautiful, beautiful car. There's just something about this. It's simplicity, perhaps. It's nice lines. 1955, a simple interior, but I love the dashboard. The dashboard, look how it's designed. I mean, ultimately for left and right hand drive conversions, it would have been an easy task with the shape of the dash, but gee whiz, it's still good to see a left hand drive car.
Oh yeah, no, left hand drives are good to have. They are easy to drive, but the classicness of the dashboard is great. Yeah, my wife likes that, especially with the chrome that runs right across, and it's excellent. Yeah.
There's no doubt it's good to see it's been left-hand drive and hasn't had a right-hand drive conversion. There's no two ways about that. I just love every angle I look at this car, and it's the sort of car where you probably wouldn't get out of bed and think, 1955 Oldsmobile, but until you see one, they certainly grow on you, don't they?
Yes, this is the first one I've ever seen, as a 55 and a four-door. A lot of coupes around, but not many four-doors have been fully restored like this car.
You're here with your wife today as well. She's almost dressed in theme too. She matches the car.
Oh, yeah, well, she matched it yesterday a lot better, but today, well, this is her car. She enjoys it as much as I do, so I've actually got a Coupe de Ville Cadillac, 61, but no, this is a good one for the stable as well.
Brian, love the interior, the red and white, all the way through to right up under the hood there. We mentioned the hood. Look at the hood ornament. It's absolutely gorgeous as well. What is lurking under the hood? We've got 1955 technology here. What's the engine, Brian?
It's a Rocket 88 engine. It's 345 cubic inch V8, and it runs very nicely. Ticks over like a clock. Yeah, no, it runs very nice.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? The technology from back in the mid-50s, in a lot of cases, was just so good.
Yes, it was. But the things they're easy to fix. These things on these cars, they're very simple, basic, but solid as a rock.
Yeah, that's
good. Yeah.
Basic. Like things basic. Little bit like the presenter of Classic Restos, eh?
Oh, okay. I don't know about that, Fletch, but no, not really. No,
Brian,
no.
absolute pleasure catching up with you, mate. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. No.
Before I let you go, I always have to make comment about Oldsmobile and a picture of, a part of the world map in the centre of the steering wheel. I mean, what a statement that was. It was like, we're big enough and strong enough. We're going to build a motor car that's suitable for the global market. A car from such a proud era. Yeah. Good on you, Brian.
Okay, thanks. Good for talking.
No worries.
Okay, bye, Fletch.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a look at this, some American classic iron. And if you love it, why not consider a Fletch tour? Have a look at this.
You deserve a Fletch tour. See the amazing Ford, GM and Chrysler Nationals at Carlisle events, along with museums and private collections in beautiful Pennsylvania, USA. Then it's the Motown city of Detroit and its region, taking in more die-hard stuff with incredible history. Rounding off with the Woodwood Dream Cruise, the largest moving car cruise in the world.
It just makes it so much easier on yourself when Fletch picks you up, drives you around.
Laughs, lots of laughs.
More than what I expected.
I'm definitely coming back again.
Go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours icon for more information. Hope you're enjoying today's show. Back with more after this.
Only have nice blokes on Classic Restos. We have Ross. Hello, Ross.
Hi, Fletch. Good to meet you.
Yeah, how are you, mate?
Great, buddy.
This car here, not an opportunity comes along every day for a 1957 Baby Bird. It's a convertible as well, obviously. No lid on there. What a beautiful car.
Hard top, soft top.
Absolutely. It's best of both worlds. Over here around the Taranaki, do you get much of an opportunity to drive around topless?
It's been, all this weekend it's been down pretty much so. I've got a black soft top and I've got the white hard top with a porthole in at home.
These are a beautiful little car, aren't they? There's no doubt about it.
Magic, yeah. Just the right size for the wife and myself, yeah.
So you've had it long, been part of the family long, Ross?
No, about 3 years. I picked it up. It was a 45-year one-owner car from the States, owned by an American athlete. And yes, it's been totally rebuilt.
Ross, this particular Baby Bird here, condition-wise in terms of when you got it, have you had to do much of a restoration?
I've got the receipts go back to 1962 and it had been painted in 1980, but believe me, it needed paint. And it's been built. I'm a retired mechanic and I've been right through it. Transmission, a lot. Everything's been done. It now runs like it should do.
Had it had a hard life?
No, it was pretty straight. No rust in it to speak of, but just the dents, and the general wear and tear that you get with age,
Ross, what powers it up under hood?
It's a 312, the original 312 with a Ford-O-Matic trans.
Yeah, what a sweet little engine they were, eh?
And it's running like a clock.
That's good. Ross, thanks for being on today's show. Love your car, of course. Just depicting here the Americarna event for 2015. Here in New Plymouth, things don't get much better, do they?
No, that's all right. And say hello to my friends, the International Thunderbird Club in the States.
I will. They're probably watching. Good on you, Ross.
Thanks, buddy.
When it comes to cool in the dictionary, chances are you might see this car. It is pretty cool. How are you, Ted?
Yeah, good, Fletch.
1948 Buick. Now, Ted, on the outside, aesthetically, it looks dinky dye 1948, but you've done some late model cosmetic changes. What are those?
Right. Okay, it's running a 97 Camaro running gear right through. Camaro front clip put on it. And it's been customised over the dash is from Camaro, and the seat upholstery all Camaro. So basically, it's half and half.
Did you buy the car like that, or did you do that?
Yeah, no, I bought it as it is, cosmetically on top. Yeah. As it is. Underneath, I did a lot of fabrication underneath.
Because if someone told me they were going to do that to a 1948 Buick, I'd probably think, oh no, why would you? But looking at it, it's been done half well.
Yeah, it was done in the States, obviously, and I quite like the concept of having a modern motoring with the good old-fashioned.
There's a little bit of this nowadays. You see people with the older cars are introducing some billet, or they're introducing something late model. It's all an extension of our own persona. We're all uniquely different, and it's all each to their own, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, right, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what's all about the hot rodding, it's come to right across the board nowadays. Yeah.
How cool are you, though? I mean, you must feel great. I ask this question a lot because I like to get the reaction of the people. What's it like to actually drive along, no lid on it? Must be brilliant.
I just love it, mate. There's nothing like it. We've been down here like 4 days and hadn't had to put the roof up at all, you know. And it's silly, yeah. It's hard to believe, you know, California weather.
So it's got an awesome front, this car. I mean, I love that, you know, the waterfall grille. It's almost like a set of angry men's teeth.
Yeah. They're nostalgic, aren't they? You know, that. I mean, they're using so many things, cars, the old Buick grills and...
And the portholes on the side, they're just so synonymous with Buick as well.
That's right, yeah. They can't go past that.
They always build a fantastic car. Thanks for doing it proud, Ted, because it is a beautiful thing. I mean, it is nice. I mean, you look at the lines of the car, the way it sits. It's all good, mate, from front to back.
Thank you very much, Fletch. No, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Good on you,
and
mate.
Back in New Zealand, and very good.
Love it here. Good on you, mate. Thanks, Ted.
Okay, good, Fletch.
Well, what do we say? Americarna for 2015. How do we cram 3 huge days into just 2 TV episodes? But at least it'll give you an idea if you have the opportunity to come across here to New Plymouth in the Taranaki region of New Zealand. And I'm sure you'll agree that John Ray, Tony Fabish and the Americarna team have done a wonderful job in bringing it to us again for 2015. In the meantime, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the DVD box sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, contacting us, joining us on a Fletch tour, and the major sponsors as well. As I say at the end of every show, no matter where you're watching from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, signing off from New Plymouth, New Zealand, and I thank you very much for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.